Imagine this. You wake up suddenly in the dead of night. The world outside is silent, too silent. You glance at your clock and there it is again. 3 a.m. It's not the first time. It's been happening often, almost too often to ignore. But why? Is it just a coincidence? Or could there be something more? Something hidden beneath the surface of what we call reality? What if I told you that waking up at 3 a.m. is no accident? That this moment, this seemingly random event, has been happening for centuries, whispered about in ancient texts, studied in science, and feared in folklore. Tonight, we're diving deep into the mystery of the 3 a.m. paradox, a phenomenon that spans across science, spirituality, and the unknown. By the end of this journey, you might never look at 3 a.m. the same way again. Let's begin with science, because even the most mysterious events have explanations hidden in the depths of the human mind. Between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., your body enters a phase known as the deep sleep cycle shift. This is when your core body temperature drops, melatonin peaks, and your conscious mind is at its most vulnerable. But here's where it gets interesting. During this window, your brain's activity is highly sensitive, as if it's waiting for something, anticipating a signal. Could it be that our minds are more open at this hour? That our subconscious is trying to tell us something we fail to hear during the chaos of the day? Studies in neuroscience suggest that between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., the brain exhibits unusual electrical patterns. It's as if, during these hours, we stand at the crossroads between dreaming and awakening, between the conscious and the subconscious. But what if science isn't enough to explain it? What if something else is at play? For centuries, mystics, philosophers, and spiritual seekers have believed that 3 a.m. is a sacred time, a moment when the veil between our world and the unknown is at its thinnest. Many spiritual traditions speak of the witching hour, a time when the unseen forces of the universe become more accessible, when spirits whisper, and when the subconscious mind aligns with something greater. In Christianity, 3 a.m. is often seen as the inverse of 3 p.m., the hour when Jesus was said to have died. Some believe that dark forces gain power in this reversed hour, while others see it as a moment of profound spiritual awakening. Ancient Taoist texts describe this time as when the qi, or life force, shifts within the body, opening pathways to deeper states of consciousness. Even Hindu and Buddhist monks often wake during this period to meditate, believing it is the most powerful time for spiritual insight, when the distractions of the world are at their weakest and the mind is closest to enlightenment. So, what does this mean for you? What if waking at 3 a.m. isn't something to fear, but something to understand? What if the reason you keep waking up is that your subconscious is trying to tell you something? Some believe that when you wake at 3 a.m. repeatedly, it could mean you are at a crossroads in life. Your higher self is trying to communicate with you. The universe is nudging you toward a deeper understanding. Or maybe you are more in tune with the unseen forces than you realize. Carl Jung, the legendary psychologist, spoke of the collective unconscious, a vast ocean of archetypes, symbols, and forgotten knowledge that all humans share. Could it be that waking at 3 a.m. is a sign that your mind is trying to connect to something beyond itself? But let's step back from the mystical for a moment. From a psychological perspective, waking at 3 a.m. could be linked to anxiety and stress, our minds processing unresolved worries. Sleep cycle disruptions linked to modern technology and blue light exposure. Subconscious fears surfacing at a time when defenses are at their lowest. The mind is a powerful thing. Sometimes the deepest truths come to us, not in broad daylight, but in the silence of the night. So, if you wake at 3 a.m., pay attention. Your subconscious might be whispering truths you're too distracted to hear during the day. What if 3 a.m. is more than just a biological glitch? What if, in some way, it is a universal checkpoint, a moment in time when the soul is momentarily aware of something bigger? In quantum physics, some scientists believe in the idea of a conscious universe, that reality itself is shaped by the observer. If that's true, then maybe waking at 3 a.m. isn't just random. Maybe, in that moment, you are in sync with something greater than yourself. If you find yourself waking at 3 a.m. over and over again, don't ignore it. Instead, listen. What is your mind trying to tell you? Reflect. Is there something in your life you've been avoiding? Write it down. Keep a journal next to your bed and record your thoughts. Meditate. Instead of resisting, use this time for self-discovery. So the next time you wake up at 3 a.m., don't be afraid. Don't dismiss it. Instead, ask yourself, what if this is a message? What if this is a moment of awakening? Because maybe, just maybe, 3 a.m. isn't the hour of fear, but the hour of revelation. The question is, are you ready to listen?
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.